All right, man. Well, then the next guy that I got is also the son of a great NFL player. The third time, I think third all time leading rusher now is where his dad ended up. It's Frank Gore Jr. Um, Man, this was another guy. I was just surprised didn't go during the rounds, right? Uh, Smaller back, 5'8", 185, sturdy, like his dad, coming out of a smaller school, Southern Mississippi. In one of those smaller conferences. I know the first 2 years he was in conference, they were in Conference USA, then they're in the Sun Belt. But he has had production all 4 years. He's had legitimate production, right? His freshman year, he's 708 yards. His sophomore year, 801 yards, and then junior year, 1,382 yards, and then this last year, 1,131 yards, right? Like, that's two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. And I know everybody's rolling their eyes, and they're like, well, that's Conference USA. That's Sun Belt Conference. Brother, if you guys go back and watch any of his games, look at the blocking that he is not getting. So the fact that he was able to grab 1,000 yards with nobody in front of him,
O
I mean,
line was mid at best.
mid is being more than generous. Um, like, you want to believe that he's going to have similar traits to his dad in terms of like his ability to be just healthy consistently all the time. I don't think he had a whole he didn't report any major injuries or anything during his time in college, right? And he projects as an every down back. For this particular roster, he landed on the Bills. He got picked up by the Bills. I don't think he's going to be an every down back. I think he's probably going to slot in as I think he can legitimately slot in as their halfback to maybe third down back or goal line, right? Uh, the Bills are a team that discovered the joy of running the football last year, right? Like James Cook, they finally cracked the code. They figured it out. That's something that has been a big criticism of Sean McDermott is that he cannot figure out the run game. They cannot run the ball to save their life. And last year, the back end of that, they saw James Cook was coming on, and you saw that. So I don't think he's going to steal that spot away from James Cook, but I definitely think he can help take the load off of James Cook, keep his legs fresh. This is a physical back that is going to get you that hard yardage, that's going to get you that goal line yardage. The big knock on him is he just doesn't have a lot of breakaway speed. Like in the open field, his open field isn't open for long. He's going to get tracked down from behind quite a bit, but that's not why you're drafting him. He's not a home run back. I'm going to run through the tackles. I'm going to run through your face. I think the only thing that would prevent him from making this 53 is his ability as a pass protector. We all know that Josh Allen is the most important asset to that Buffalo Bills team. Granted, he's shown time and time again he is not afraid to take off and do what he needs to do. But let's be honest, he's getting older, right? You don't want your franchise quarterback out there taking those unnecessary risks, taking those hits. You'd like for him to just be able to sit back and throw the ball. So I think if Frank Gore Jr. really works on his pass pro this year, I don't doubt his ability to get into the playbook. I don't doubt his commitment to it, right? I know who his dad is. I'm trusting that all of those things have been passed down to him and that he's going to continue that legacy in the league. But man, like I said, 4 straight years of production. He doesn't have a season under 500 yards, two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Like, I don't know what more you want from this kid. Like, I know if the size is a concern, 5'8", get bigger linemen so they can't see him. And by the time he gets to the line, it's too late. He's getting 3 free yards just because they didn't know which gap he was going to take. So with this roster that they have, they got a lot of special team running backs and no real dedicated halfback two on the Bills. He has a real chance to carve out a nice spot as halfback two at the bare minimum. Like I said, he's going to be your third down short yardage back.
Yeah, Doug, like briefly, man, like he's a guy that had over 4,000 yards rushing, 26 touchdowns, had almost 700 yards receiving over the course of his career. So while his pass protection might not be the best, he's a guy that makes plays. Everybody knew he was running the ball and they couldn't stop it, and you like running backs like that. And I think one of the things that might have scared teams off is the fact that he had 760 carries in college, because he did play all 4 years. But the reality is, I'd rather have 3 or 4 years of him as my running back two / maybe running back one than like 7 or 8 years of anybody else they have on the roster besides James Cook. So it's like I'd rather have somebody that can come in, be a third down back, bust people's heads open, run through people's face for 3-4 years, and then I think he'll have some stick-tivity stick-to-itness if he's anything like his pops.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
If nothing else, he'll be around forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To the DNA, man.
He'll just hover.
You know how early we're talking about this being a weird draft? Man, this guy won the MVP award at the East-West Shrine Bowl. That's nuts. That is nuts, and still went undrafted. That being said, I did want to bring up they drafted Ray Davis. I think it was in round 3 or 4 from Kentucky. Dude is he's a big bad man. He's a big bad wolf out there, right? So he has an uphill competition. He's gonna have to gain the trust out there, right? Definitely gonna have to. But I don't even see a situation. I think they keep 4 running backs. They keep them in rotation, and I see maybe the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season we start to see more of an uptake of Frank Gore Jr. And plus, you have depth, and that is something that the Buffalo Bills have not had in a long time at the running back position, and I mean a long time, is running back, right? So, very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, comment below on what your expectations are for Frank Gore Jr. on the Buffalo Bills. Thank you for watching another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.